Thank you very much, Randy. And we go right back to our phone callers. Next up is Daniel, listening in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Hi, Daniel.
Hi. My question is basically, when is God okay with divorce? Hello?
Yeah, I don't think God is ever okay with divorce. I mean, if you look at the scriptures, Malachi chapter 2, God explicitly says, I hate divorce. Or 1 Corinthians chapter 7 says, are you married? Do not seek a divorce. However, as Paul points out, if an unbelieving spouse leaves, the other party is not bound in that circumstance. If, however, the unbeliever is willing to stay in the relationship, the other party must not get a divorce. So the idea is that we demonstrate in our relationships, whatever they may be, true reconciliation. And so we always seek that reconciliation. Now, obviously, reconciliation takes two parties. It takes someone who is willing to forgive and someone who is wanting to be forgiven. If that happens, then you can have reconciliation. But in all of our relationships, we should work towards reconciliation.
Okay. What about, in a case of, say, a husband is beating his wife every day? Well,
I think that it's really important that if you're in a situation as a woman where you're being physically violated and you're in physical danger, that you remove yourself from that circumstance. And so there are certainly these kinds of behaviors that could rise to the level of desertion, and therefore divorce may be permitted. But again, the ultimate is always from the perspective of a Christian person to seek reconciliation where it is possible. And so we need to look at that first and foremost, because marriage is not only about psychophysical pleasure, it is not only about propagation, but it's parabolic. It is a parable of Christ and the church. And as Christ loved the church, so a husband must love his wife, and vice versa, and always seek the best for that other person. We have an article in the Christian Research Journal which goes into a great deal of depth on biblical grounds for divorce and remarriage. I highly recommend it. You can find it on the web at equip.org.